Well, hello. Thanks for tuning in today. My name is Melanie Schmidt and I'm a certified health coach, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about fermented foods and how to make some water kefirs, which are a great way to get in probiotics and good gut flora into your digestive tract. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about, first of all, is your digestive tract is the seat of the immune system. So about 70% of your immune system resides in our digestive tract, in our gut. And it's so very critical that we have the appropriate balance of good probiotics, or good gut flora is what they could call it too. About 80-20, so you want 80% good, 20% bad. We always will have some bad bacteria and things running around in our body, but to keep us in balance, we need to have obviously more good. What it does, probiotics and good gut flora basically does a lot of great things for us. Keeps our immune system running very well. It actually helps the process of making certain vitamins, so it actually produces vitamins for us in our body. And it also helps some synthesizing of some other vitamins. That, along with just many other things, it keeps your digestion regulated, and excuse me, so many other wonderful benefits to making sure you have good probiotics within your body. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about water kefirs, because one great way to get in probiotics is actually through a food source. Fermented foods are a great way to do it. And making them at home can be very inexpensive, very easy, and you're actually getting a lot of really good stuff. There's not going to be anything processed here, where you might find a little level of processing within those products that are offered at stores. So the first thing I want to talk about is what we need. And I'm going to double ferment today, which means I'm going to flavor it, so I'm going to add in a flavoring, a juice. But the first thing is water kefirs. So there's little pieces of water kefirs, which are just bacteria and yeast together. Basically what happens is when we put this all together, it eats all the bad bacteria and all the good remains for us to ingest and get into our body. So we need water kefirs. We also need a quart of water, which is a filtered water, in order to make the next batch. Some organic sugar or just regular sugar, whatever you prefer. Any other kind of sweetener really will not work. You do actually need to have sugar for making fermented drinks. I'm going to have a bottle here. This one has a special lid to hold in the effervescence of the fermented drinks so that the lid doesn't pop off, so have one of those. And I've also included just a 100% juice drink that I want to flavor my water kefirs with today. And you can utilize any flavoring, or you can leave it just plain too. It's up to your choice. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to step and get a strainer for 1 second that I forgot. So here's the strainer that I'm going to use. You always want to use a plastic mesh. It does not work well when you combine one with a metal strainer. It does not work well. It may even kill your water kefirs. So you have a strainer because we're going to have to take off what has already fermented. So we're going to go ahead and put that strainer over a cup or a glass so it will catch our water kefirs, and pour off as much as you want. You can leave a little bit in there for the next round or the next batch. So from there, I'm going to go ahead and put it into my bottle. And if you're going to double ferment and flavor, I recommend doing kind of an 80-20, so 80% water kefirs, 20% the juice. So right now it's about right up into here, so that's about 80% full. I'm going to add this. I have is mango peach. I use a lot of times I use Concord grape, 100% juice, which makes a nice little effervescent grape drink. That is filled. And from there, I cap it and I leave it sit out on the counter for another 24 to 48 hours so that it starts eating up the sugar from the fruit juices. And then I can either drink it right away, or I can place it in the refrigerator to stop the fermentation and then drink it at a later date or time. So that piece is done. So that's just we're going to sit and wait for that to be double fermented. So let's fill up our water Kefirs because we want to make some more. We want to keep this process going. So what we utilize for that is we utilize 1 quart of water to 1/3 cup of sugar. Pour that in. And then I stir that up until it's dissolved. It'll probably take about, 20-30 seconds or so before it's fully dissolved. If you ever want to stop fermentation, so let's say you have enough that you've made up to keep you going for a while, and you don't want to lose your water Kefirs, you can just take this batch and throw it into the refrigerator, because anytime you refrigerate them, that stops the fermentation process. It will preserve them, and then from there you can pull them back out with a little bit of liquid and start this fermentation process again. Just make sure that you have some of the sugar water in with the water Kefirs when you place it into the refrigerator, because it needs that liquid. And then we pour the new solution in. And we put over like a cheesecloth or some kind of dish towel to let it breathe. You can put a rubber band around it if you so choose. And then this will sit on the counter for 24 to 48 hours, and then we'll start that whole process again of bottling and potentially double fermenting it. This is a great way to get in some added nutrients. I will recommend with water Kefirs you don't let it go past 48 hours because it gets extremely effervescent and bubbly. And when it's in the bottle, it can actually, when you open it up, can have some pressure in there. The shorter time frame that you leave it in here to ferment, the sweeter it will be. The longer, closer to 48 hours, it'll be more neutral, less sweet. So thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, or you can look for more details and information about what I do and my classes that I hold and my clean eating programs at www.foodforthoughtdm.com. Thank you.